Hi everybody. You might probably know me on TikTok as Arkham if I post this on YouTube, or as Midnight Arc if I post this on YouTube. But let's address some things that I don't take too lightly to. Um, and I'm going to warn you in advance, there's going to be heavy topics in this video and a lot of threats that are made towards minors in this video, so take this as you will. This is not to expose anyone or their actions, but it is to bring light on the Vrchat content community and just the Vrchat community in general. Now, I had these friends, which I will name because I don't give a flying fuck. And for me to swear in a video, this is a lot because I try not to swear in my videos. That's why 90% of my talking videos are not ever posted, because of the fact that I swear so much. But when it comes to a serious topic, I will always speak up on it. So I had a friend named Winter, a friend named Dark, and a friend named Himrod. Now, I'm going to have all of their accounts listed right here for all of you lovely people, and these are the links to their accounts as well. If you want to go say something to them, go for it. I don't personally care, but at this point, they have threatened me, and now I'm going to speak up on what they have done to me. So as we can see here, there are going to be messages posted right here of some stuff that Dark has said. Now, I wanted to keep it civil with Dark. Dark was one of my friends, and that's what I believed, that he was a friend of mine. But clearly, he is not. Had someone break into one of my ex's house and steal some stuff due to the fact that me and my ex broke up. Now my ex was very toxic and manipulative, and I don't know if this is true. I have been in contact with this ex specifically, that, had this allegedly happen to him. I'm trying to get him to respond, so if he does, by the time that I'm posting this, that will be right here, a response. If not, then I will just replace it with something else, like a photo of a cat or something. Now, multiple people have also heard this recording, and I'm most likely going to end up taking this to the police and all that stuff, so I'm not going to talk too much onto any of the stuff that has happened in the past. I will admit that I've done some wrong stuff, but at the same time, I had kind of told him, like, off the record and shit, that I don't want anything bad happening to him. I just want someone to go and talk to his parents.
Yeah, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. That nigga cooked. He done. Got his address, his name. Yeah, he's done. Those are the only two things I needed to get his ass. Yeah, so he's cooked. Either I'm gonna call my boy up if the scare doesn't scare him enough to stop what he's doing. Then I'm gonna call my boy up, and then he's probably gonna go down there. And I'm not gonna say what he's gonna do, but you get the gist.
So obviously you just saw that clip, and that is literally the most incriminating thing that anyone's ever said to me, and also the dumbest thing that you could probably say when you're allegedly doing this stuff. Fun fact, don't ever say things on voice recording that you don't want to be clipped. This is also going to go for text. He literally threatened me right here and thought that I didn't get that clipped. Now, something about me is I'm a D1 screenshotter. I'm a professional screenshotter. If you send something to me and I am on mobile, I'm not on my desktop, because my desktop has this nice little thing. I'm gonna blur out my friend's contact because she didn't say anything. All it was literally okay to show that if you text me something on Discord, I have a plugin that shows me if you delete it, edit it, anything like that. I will see what you have said originally. Now, I didn't have this plugin for this situation, which is kind of why I got this plugin, because my friend had been telling me for a while, hey, you might want to set this up. And I was like, I'll do it later. Well, later is today, and it happened, and this screenshot came of it. Now, my mother is a witness to that text being sent due to the fact that These voice recordings are from my mother telling him that if he keeps threatening me and he keeps bothering me and anything happens, that police will be involved. So he is fully aware that it will get to this point, and I've already told my father as well, and my father is most likely going to pick me up tomorrow, and we'll talk about what we could also do, if we can just like have it a anonymous report or whatever, because there is the whole situation that led to this. So here's the whole situation that led to this. I'm going to say I don't know anything about the rest of the situation. All I know is I was told that there was bestiality involved, one of her friends involved, and I know for a fact something that had happened as well, which I will say. So I'm gonna first get to the biggest claim of bestiality. Now, I do not know if this is true, which is why I stated to her, hey, I'm gonna make an anonymous report on this person due to the fact that I don't know if this is true. She has her own things that she wants to say to her, like, I'm like, yo, don't group me in with that. Don't group me in with that. But I will say that I will make an anonymous report that I am concerned about the animal's welfare due to the fact that she allegedly saw an animal being fucked, which is bestiality. So when it comes to something like that, I'm not someone that's just gonna sit around and be like, oh, yeah, it's just a claim. I'm not gonna have someone investigate. I am going to have it investigated. So currently in the process of making an anonymous report. I gotta figure out where in Delaware I can make an anonymous report, since he is in Delaware, and I have to figure out how I can contact them. If anyone knows how to do that, please tell me in the comments, because I really don't know how to. That being said, back to what got to this situation of me being threatened. So I invited her because she was spam inviting one of my friends that was there. And I was like, no, like if she's spam inviting you and she has beef with me, then she can come talk to me. If there is a problem that involves me in it, you come talk to me personally. If you are going to spam invite my friends, then you have problems yourself. Right there is a problem. Come talk to me. Now, she joins, which is the clip that you'll probably see me playing right here, and you'll see her username right there as well, because I made sure that I got her username in it. I don't know. I haven't looked at the clip yet. But obviously, then I'm like, hey, like, I don't know about the other claims she's making and stuff, but I know that she was uncomfortable with what he was doing and the sexual stuff that he was saying. I know that I had told him multiple times to stop and that I was not comfortable with the sexual stuff he was saying, and he did not. I then distanced myself by taking my friends to another side of the optimized box, and he proceeded to follow us and continue to make sexual comments towards my friends and I, with his girlfriend, which is now his ex-partner, who he showed him with a dog. And so once we go to the other side, like I'm about like all the way over here, I see him coming towards me. So I'm like, okay, great, this is fun. And so I'm just sitting there with a couple of people, and I'm like, you know, like if he starts this again, I'm gonna tell him to stop again, and if he continues, we're gonna move. He comes over and he's in her face and kissing her and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, stop. I don't want this sexual stuff around me. It's making me uncomfortable. He continues to do it. So then I remove myself from the premises again. I go across the other side again because I don't want to leave her. She's very uncomfortable at this time, and she doesn't feel like she should have blocked him because I don't know. But I just didn't want to leave her because I don't know what the hell excuse she would have made up. So I just was like, okay, I'm just going to distance myself from that. Besides, 90% of my friends are here. A couple of them I don't have friended yet, but I don't want to leave them there either because they were also uncomfortable. And so we go to the other side of the optimized box. I'm sitting in front of the mirror. I'm sitting with my partner and my friends, and they come over again. I'm like, dude, if you do that sexual shit again, I'm going to walk away again. And so he does it again. I walk away, go to the other side. I'm trying to distance myself. I keep trying to distance myself. During this entire thing, I'm trying to distance myself because I'm not comfortable. I sit over here. He comes over again. He's making more sexual comments. Stop. If you keep making them, then I'm just going to leave. That's what was said. And so he stops, and he essentially subtly continues, but I just start to ignore it and sound it out. He then says to her that he wants to have 10,000 or 10 million children with her. Obviously she goes, I don't know about that. And I just hear one of my friends say, damn, that's gonna be painful. I'm like, oh my god, you are so dumb. But yeah, no. And so obviously she's uncomfortable. She says, hey, like, don't really do this. I'm not comfortable with it. And she's starting to try to, like, tell him, like, I'm not comfortable with it. Like, stop. Which is also very similar to what Furia did, which I'm just gonna call her Winter because that is what I know her by. And I'll get into that in a minute on why she is so defensive over this person. So stuff keeps happening, blah, 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 blah. And at some point, I finally get really sick and tired of it. So I turn on the void room because he's talking about how his dick's not big and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go into the void room so I'm left alone. I turn walls toggle off. My boyfriend turns wall toggles off. We go all the way out into the void, essentially. And we're sitting there and we're chilling, and she clearly is not comfortable. She distanced herself from him. She finally gets away from him because he's talking to I don't know who. And she's like, no, you stay, you talk to them. I think one of his VR grandkids, VR niece, someone like that. And so she comes over here and she's like, yeah, like, he's making me really uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, did you know about the goth girl that he was talking to like 2 days ago? Now I'm a snitch. Okay, I won't lie. I'm a snitch when it comes to girls. When it comes to, like, girls or guys or cheating in general, I am a snitch, alright? When it comes to someone that is in a talking stage with someone, I'm gonna snitch a little bit. I'm gonna be a little bit of a jerk only if you're being a jerk first. If you are not respecting my boundaries when you are being told, no, stop, don't do this, I don't like it, I'm uncomfortable, I'm not gonna respect you, okay? So I'm like, yeah, he was talking to a couple of goth girls like 2 days ago. And so then one of our friends comes over. I'm not naming the girls in this situation, by the way, due to the fact that they didn't do anything wrong. And I will stand by that. They didn't do anything wrong. But then she responds. One of the other girls comes over and they're like, yo, what's going on? I was like, yo, I just told her about the goth girl that he was talking to like 2 days ago. And she was like, oh, I'm gonna respond to. And so she responds, goes over, they hear the conversation. Me and my partner are sitting in the void room too, because I'm like, I don't want to be near him. I don't want to be near him. I really don't. And so then him and her come over. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see him. I don't like him. I don't. He's a fucking, like this was before I even knew about the bestiality thing. This was just when he was being really weird and creepy and uncomfortable. And so that's when I was like, okay, leave me alone. And I was literally talking to my boyfriend about like, hey, can we go to a different world? I'm not comfortable. I don't like this. And we were just about to leave when all of this was going down. And so then, obviously, I hear them talking and they're like, no, like, I swear I blocked her. I swear I blocked all the girls I was talking to. And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like, yo, like, just show her screenshots then. If you blocked them, then she doesn't have a reason to be upset, in my opinion. Like, what happened in the past happened in the past, you know? I need to sit down. I'm old. Oh god. Oh. I'll take you guys with. I'm old, sorry. But obviously, then she's like, oh my god, I can't believe you did this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know the context yet. And so all of a sudden she goes, you were still talking to them today. I was like, huh? What? And so she's reading off the timestamps of like all the messages, and I'm like, oh, she's being honest. And like the most recent one I think was 3 a.m. that day. Which was while I'm pretty sure we were literally on. Which was meaning that he was actively talking to these girls. And so I'm like, oh, I kind of did a good thing. Okay. Good, good, good. That's great. And so after that, then I'm like, oh, okay. She goes away. He's talking there with me. He's like, please, you have to talk to her for me, blah, 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 blah. Like, I know that you don't want to hear about sexual stuff, but like over there I was kissing her for long periods of time and kissing her neck and blah, 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 blah. I was like, I don't want to hear about this. I'm going to go talk to her. So I'm trying to talk to her. I'm like, hey, like, come here. And she's like, hold on. Cause she was in a conversation. I was like, okay. But the other girl's like, oh, I'm coming. I'm like, okay, yeah, that works too. I was like, yo, what was said? Like I wasn't over there. What was said? And she's like, oh, well, he said that he just now blocked them. I was like, oh, just now? Just now? Now, keep in mind, a reason why him and a girl that he knew for a while broke up is because of the fact that he threatened to rape someone with a gun and then shoot them. And said that it was a joke. Yeah, that's not a joke. That's a threat. Especially when you are a mentally unstable, grown-ass man that is a disgusting human being. And I would genuinely look him in the eyes and say this. If I knew this man in person, I would look him in the eyes and say, you are disgusting. Get mental help. Genuinely. And stop fucking animals if this is true, especially if it's true. Stop fucking animals. Maybe you just like don't have animals in your house. Because what the fuck? Like how disgusting of a person do you need to be to do that? That's why I quite literally am like, I'm just gonna make an anonymous report. If it's true, I'm sure the cops will find it out. I know the cops will find it out. You wanna do that shit? You wanna be disgusting like that? The cops will find it out. I'm done. I'm done with these people. And so yeah, that continues on. And so I'm like, hey girl, like I'm gonna take you to a private world because I don't want him to be around. I don't really like being around him and I want to leave. And so she's like, yeah, that's okay. And I feel bad because I kind of left my friend the egg dog and a couple other people there. I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm leaving you with him. I'm so sorry. And so obviously after that, I'm like, I feel like a terrible person. I'm a terrible person for that. And I still feel like a terrible person for it, to this day. And I know that I really shouldn't, because I needed to get myself out of there, and they could have easily just, like, joined off of me and stuff like that. It's a little too late for that. So then I take both the girls to a different instance, and I'm telling her, like, yo, like, what happened? I'm confused. And so she sends me screenshots, which I will put the screenshots on the screen, and was like, yeah, he's still talking to these girls, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Obviously the girls' names are going to be blacked out. They didn't do anything wrong in this scenario, at all. They didn't do anything wrong. Let me tell you, nobody did anything wrong except for him, Winter, and Dark. Nobody else did anything wrong. Everyone handled this maturely except for those three. And so after a while, everything's going on, blah, 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 blah. And I think at some point, the girl that he was talking to gets off. And so I get the screenshots from her and I'm like, oh, okay, that's disgusting. He is actively talking to those girls. Like, you shouldn't continue going after him if he is actively talking to those girls and he's saying that he isn't sure if he blocked them and that's why he texted them. Because that was what she said to me, is that he wasn't sure if he blocked them and that's his excuse for why he texted them. With Discord, I'm going to teach you guys a valuable lesson, so you don't have to text the person to see if you blocked them. If you do this, you tap on the profile of the person, and then you tap on those three little dots. It'll say unblock user or block user. If you want them blocked, you can always hit block user, and if you want them unblocked, you can always hit unblock user. I hope this taught you guys a valuable lesson about Discord and how you can tell if someone is blocked. This doesn't go for if you're blocked, though. If you are blocked and you use it on PC and you have the PC app, you can download Vencord. And no, this is not a sponsored video by Vencord, but you can download Vencord and you can see all of this beautiful stuff. My list will probably be in the description of what I use for Vencord and the link to download Vencord so you don't click on any malicious sites. If you want a step-by-step tutorial on how to download Vencord, please do let me know and I would be more than happy to do it because nobody deserves to go through this at all, especially when you are 17, not even 18 yet. I have 2 more months until I'm 18. Like, leave me alone. This is disgusting. This is beyond disgusting. So then they essentially start to talk about all this stuff and I go to join Winter. And I'm like, hey, like, you know, I'm hearing a lot of this stuff. I'm really concerned, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, this is really disgusting to me. And I'm just disgusted that he was talking to multiple different girls. So I take my headset off when he joins because I'm like, I don't want to be around this man. And she keeps trying to get me to be around this man. And I do not want to be around him. I do not feel comfortable with him. I have told her that. I was like, hey, like, I don't feel comfortable with him. 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 And she still invited him and still was trying to get him to actively talk to me. And so I was like, just, okay, whatever. I'll just accept the request. I accepted the request. He joined. And that's when I took my headset off and acted like I was AFK because I don't want to speak to a man that is absolutely disgusting to me. And can't respect my boundaries when I tell him to stop doing something. So during this conversation, obviously my headset's off, but I'm a PCVR user, so I can see when people are still talking, I can still hear them through my monitor. And I was kind of AFK. I was upstairs using the restroom, and I get a text from one of the people that are in that room at that moment, and they say, yeah, he was saying that he's on Never Met right now. I was like, huh? What? And so I'm like, girl, I'm about to tell her. And so I told her. And then they get mad at me for saying that. And I'm like, yo, like, that's just what I was told, for one. And for two, I'm not going to defend someone that disrespected my boundaries. If he is on Never Met right now, I'm not going to support him and be like, oh no, he's not on Never Met. Yeah, he's a great person. He's a great guy. And that's when stuff starts to come out and she's like, okay, well, he blocked me now and I feel more comfortable saying this stuff. I saw him effing a dog. And that's when I'm like, what? Because I'm in the middle of a conversation with someone about how this was happening and how I felt really uncomfortable and kind of just like venting about how uncomfortable I was in that situation and how I tried to get out of the situation. And I literally, there was nothing I could do at that moment other than just like say, yeah, I'm going to go to a different world. You know, I'm going to talk to her in a different world, and just be left alone. And so, you know, what are you doing, bug? Hi. And so what I'm told is, are you in a world with Winter? And then a few minutes later, I just get told, bro, she is telling me he effed a dog, as in the person that we having a conversation with that was, you know, like disgusted that he was essentially a cheater, told me that the girl that he was dating told her that he effed a dog. And I said, God, no, I'm talking to Kat right now, when it was about, are you in a world with her? And then I just get told, girl, get in here. She's reading off messages. Invite them in here if you want. I was like, what do you mean reading off messages? And she goes, she's reading off messages from Rod. And I go, oh God. And then she goes, yeah. And I was like, question is like, who, like, why did someone say that a dog was fucked? And I just get told, she said she remembered what happened in a video call with him, then said that Rod did it. And so obviously in this moment, I'm telling my friend, hey, like, I'm really appreciative for you listening and giving me some advice on this entire situation, but I gotta go because someone fucked a dog, and I just I need to anonymously report this. Like that's where I draw my line. Like, you can say whatever you want to me. You can threaten me. You can get in my face. You can say things that are making me uncomfortable. I have a block button. But when you are fucking an animal in real life, no, 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 you're cooked. I'm gonna report you. Um, and so after this happens, then I end up joining, and we're talking, and the friend that I'll probably like put more in depth about who I'm talking about in what situation and at what time above me, with like fake names and stuff. And the friend of the like me and the girl that he was talking to was like telling me about how Winter was still spam inviting her, and I was like, invite her here. Like I'll act like I'm AFK. I don't really care. Invite her here. I'll record everything. And so Winter declines and is like, no, you join me. You join me. You join me. You join me. I'm like, you're not joining. No. Like, I'm sorry, but she's just gonna bombard you. If you join her, she's gonna bombard you, and you're not gonna have proof of it. Be here. Let me essentially, catch her in her BS. So all that happens, blah, 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 blah. And then after that, then this clip comes along of how Winter is defending him. And I'm not going to defend the girl in this situation because, like, Loki, she kind of took it a little bit far, in my opinion. But, like, she was upset in that moment, and she took things a little bit far, and I still need to talk to her about that after this video is made.
What?
What I'm doing.
Okay, so we found out things about him. And
That is
literally me, her, and her are very uncomfortable with Logan, aka what the
Himrod.
fuck his name is. Himrod. Logan Montgomery or something?
No,
is his
it's
full name.
Bingham.
He lives in Delaware. Huh?
It's Bingham, because it's gotten to a point where
Bingham,
I literally had, again, you can ask her, like, I genuinely did tell him that I was really uncomfortable with stuff, and it was getting to a point where he kept following me around.
So I went to dox him and got all his accounts, so yeah. And it went too far. It really went too far because I told him no to stop. Because he kept on making out with me and it got me uncomfortable. He forced himself onto me, wanting more fucking sex. He told me that last night that, hey, once my parents is gone, like asleep, we can fuck. He fucked his dog.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't believe you. Sorry.
the only issue with it is that, again,
not really, because you have not provided a single slick of proof. That is why.
I don't, probably.
that stuff, I'm not necessarily sure on that. All I know for a fact is that I had asked him to stop saying sexual things around me, like how I'd asked you as well. And he continued to do it, and he kept following me around when I had tried to go to the other side of Optimized Box. Lily was there. She was there. I literally had asked him to stop, and I kept going to the other side of Optimized Box.
Was there.
Yeah, I don't know if Egg Dog's on right now.
They told him to stop me, like, multiple. Like, he told me that, hey, I'm not forcing you, and then kept on fucking doing it. And I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, that I can vouch for.
And he told this little one, or he was having conversation with me saying, oh, my dick is not small, or is small.
Yeah, and keep in mind, he knows I'm 17. I've asked him to stop.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, I told him to
And he
stop
made
that I was
my
uncomfortable.
daughter uncomfortable too. She is
I
fucking
still-
innocent. That's sad.
Unless y'all
really sad.
actually listen, unless y'all actually give me proof, I ain't gonna believe a lick of what y'all say.
I can give you all his accounts.
Give me
I can show you
screenshots.
all his usernames.
Yeah, but the thing where he was following me is on VR chat. I'll see if I have a clip, but my clipping hasn't been working due to the fact that my storage is too full. I've been recording shit off of my VR, off of my headset. Which I won't lie, also this conversation is being recorded for my essentially safety, for her safety, for your safety, so no misinformation can be spread.
Snapchat, we have his Discord, we have his Facebook, we have his PlayStation, we have his Twitch, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, TikTok, Hot Deep, what was it?
I don't know, Home Depot, I think.
Home Depot or something? We found his Facebook with all his family and friends. Like, literally, it was that
Y'all
easy.
are still in the wrong, in my opinion.
Because
Doxing
he had
isn't something you
sexually...
do over a fucking online breakup.
We didn't dox. We just looked up the name.
Yeah, I only looked up the name because he was doing stuff that I told him was making me uncomfortable, which is getting to a point where I might just report this to the police because it's unacceptable.
And
I felt uncomfortable and I was being sexually, it felt like I was being sexually harassed. Okay. And so that's when that happened, and yeah. I'm like, okay, you know what? I lost her as a friend. Like, I don't really care, you know. If she's a satanic witch, she's a satanic witch. I am a witch as well. Like, it's not gonna go well for her. And so she blocks me on everything. I'm like, okay, womp womp. Like, not the end of the world. And so this morning, I get this text from her partner, from her husband, Angelo. Now, Angelo has a very interesting way of wording things, especially when you see all of these messages, which I'm sure will just pop up all over the screen, of things that he said, including when you think back to the very first clip that I showed you guys of the voice message of what he said. Yeah, it's just really repulsive at the end of the day. You're saying this to a minor, and her excuse for everything was, well, you have 18 in your bio. I was like, just because I have 18 and 18 plus verification does not mean that I'm 18 yet. I've explained to everyone that I'm friends with, the reason I have this stuff in my bio and stuff like that is due to the fact that I simply didn't know when my Vrchat Plus was going to end, and I wanted to be 18 plus verified so I could stop being around children once I turn 18. Once I turn 18. So it's like, let's make it make sense here. Let's genuinely make it make sense. So yeah, obviously all of that happens, and then later on, he threatens me, and that's when I tell my mom, like, hey, he just threatened me. Can you do something about it? She sends him a voice message of like, don't fuck around with my child. Do not fuck around with my child. And keep in mind also in Discord, he knew me on Discord as well. Can you guys see that? Can pop it all over the screen, future me. 17 100907 17. It says it right there. What are you doing? Okay, I'm okay now. But yeah, so that's the entire story of that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions or anything in the comments, just let me know. I will try to respond to everything as much as I possibly can, especially seeing that this is a longer video and is most definitely going to have to go to YouTube and maybe like a couple of clips on TikTok to redirect you to my YouTube, because I don't want to have to edit like 17 different clips and then post it to TikTok and then edit like 17 more different clips, post it to TikTok. It's just, it's bald. Okay, it's bald. But yeah. This is a great life lesson to be learned, guys. 1, Vencord exists, and if you send something, someone could easily have Vencord, and it won't disappear. And 2, don't threaten someone that can take screenshots. Anyways, I'm gonna go hang out with my partner and my friends and catch them up on everything that happened last night. I love you. Goodbye. Mwah.